Murder in the first degree, premeditated homicide, is the most serious charge tried in our criminal courts. You have heard a long and complex case, gentlemen, and it is now your duty to sit down to try and separate the facts from the fancy. One man is dead, the life of another is at stake. If there is a reasonable doubt in your minds as to the guilt of the accused, then you must declare him not guilty. If, however, there is no reasonable doubt, then he must be found guilty. Whichever way you decide, the verdict must be unanimous. I urge you to deliberate honestly and thoughtfully. You are faced with a grave responsibility. Thank you, gentlemen. The jury will retire. He doesn't stand a chance.
Chewing gum, gum.
Thank you. What now?
You know something?
I'm a love city. I'm an advertiser.
You know, it's hot.
I never would have known that if you hadn't told me. Would you?
I suppose not.
I kind of forgot. All I've done all day is sweat.
Bet you aren't sweating like that kid was dry.
You think they'd at least air condition the place? I almost dropped dead in court.
My taxes are high enough.
This should go fast anyway.
Yes. It is hot.
All right, gentlemen, everybody's here. If there's anything you want, I'm right outside. Just knock.
Did he lock that door?
Yes, he did.
Who do they think we are, crooks?
They'll lock us up for a little
They'll
while.
lock that kid up forever.
I never did that.
Sure they locked the door.
What do you think?
I said no. Never occurred to me.
Shall we all admit right now that it is hot and humid and our tempers are short?
It's been a pretty hard week.
I feel just fine.
I wonder what's been going on down at the office. You know how it is in advertising. In 6 days, my job could be gone. And the whole company, too. They aren't going to like it.
Well, figure this our duty.
I didn't object to doing my duty. I just mentioned that I might not have a job by the time I get back.
Ask him to hire you. He's rich. That's Stu.
Is it custom tailored?
Yes, it is.
I have an uncle who's a tailor.
How does he do?
Not too well. You know, a friend of his, that's a friend of my uncle, wanted to be on this jury in my place. To miss this, I'd have done anything. And get caught or something, you know what kind of a fine you could pay for anything like that? Anyways, this friend of my uncle's was on a jury once, about 10 years ago. A case just about like this one.
So what happened?
They let him off. Reasonable doubt. You know, now 8 years later they found that he actually done it. A guilty man, a murderer, turned loose in the streets.
Did they get him?
They couldn't.
Why not?
A man can't be held in double jeopardy. Unless it's a hung jury, a man can't be tried twice for the same crime.
That is not gonna happen here.
6 days. They should have finished it in 2. Talk, talk, talk. Did you ever do so much talk about nothing?
Well, I guess they're entitled.
Everyone gets a fair trial. That's the system. Guess you can't say anything against it.
How do you like that business about the knife? Did you ever hear a phonier story?
Well, look, you gotta expect that. You know what they are.
He bought a switch knife, that knife,
And then he lost it.
a hole in his pocket.
A hole in his father. An awful way to kill your father. A knife in his chest. Look, you know what kind of people they are.
What's the matter? You got a cold?
A little bit. You thought what the cold can kill you.
I had one last year, while I was on vacation too. All right, gentlemen, let's take seats. Right, this better be fast. I got tickets to My Fair Lady for tonight. I must be the only guy in the world who hasn't seen it yet. Okay, Your Honor, start the show. How about sitting down? The gentleman at the window. How about sitting down?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Look, it's a tough figure, isn't it? A kid killed his father. Bang! Just like that. Well, they let the kids run wild. Maybe it serves them right.
There are better proofs than some emotion you may have. Perhaps a dislike for some people group.
We all agreed that it was hot.
And that our tempers will get short.
That's if we disagree, but this is open and shut. Let's get it done.
Alright now, you gentlemen can handle this any way you want to. I mean, I'm not gonna make any rules. So, we can discuss it first and then vote. That's one way. Or we can vote right now and see where we stand. Let's vote now. Who knows? Maybe we can all go home.
Yeah, let's get moved away.
Let's vote now.
Alright, anyone who doesn't want to vote?
That was easy.
Okay. All those voting guilty, raise your hand. 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 for guilty. Okay, not guilty.
You're crazy.
1. The vote is 11 to 1 in favor of guilty. Now we know where we stand.
Do you really believe he's not guilty?
I don't know.
After 6 days, he doesn't know?
In 6 days, I can learn calculus. This is ABC.
I don't believe that it is as simple as ABC.
Never saw a guiltier man in my life.
What does a guilty man look like? He's not guilty until we say he is guilty. Are we to vote on his face?
Sat right in corner, the same things I did. The man's a dangerous killer, you could see it.
Where do you look to see if a man's a killer? No, tell me. What are the facial characteristics of a killer? Perhaps you know something I don't.
Look, what about this case makes you believe the boy's guilty?
He's 19 years old.
That's old enough. He knocked his own father 4 inches into the chest. An innocent little 19-year-old kid.
I agree with you that the boy is guilty, but let's try to avoid emotionally colored arguments.
Alright, they proved it a dozen different ways. Do you want me to list them?
No.
Well, do you believe the stupid story he told?
Now.
Do you believe the kid's story?
I don't know whether I believe it or not. Maybe I don't.
So what'd you vote not guilty for?
Look, there were 11 votes for guilty. It's not so easy for me to send a man off to die without talking about it first.
Is there something wrong because I voted fast?
Not necessarily.
Look, I think the kid's guilty. You couldn't change my mind if you talked for 100 years.
I don't want to change your mind.
Just what are you thinking of then?
Look, I just want to talk for a while. This boy's been kicked around all his life, living in a slum, his mother dead since he was 9. Now that's not a very good head start. He's a tough, angry kid. You know why slum kids get like that? Because we knock them over the head, once a day, every day. I just think with them a few words, that's all.
Alright, it's hard. True. It was hard for me. Everything I've got, I fought for. I worked my way through college. That was a long time ago. I fought, yes, but I never killed.
I know what it's like. But I never kill nobody.
I've been kicked around too. Wait until you've worked in the ad agency and the big boy that buys advertising walks in. We all know.
In my country, in India, kicking was a science. But let's try to find something better than it.
Look, I don't mind telling you this, mister. We don't owe the kid a thing. He got a fair trial, didn't he? Look, we're all grown-ups here. You're not gonna try and tell us that we're supposed to believe the kid is innocent, knowing what he is and all. I've lived among them all my life. You can't believe a word they say. You know that!
Well, I don't know that. What a terrible thing for a man to say. Since when is dishonesty a group characteristic? You have no monopoly on the truth.
Alright. It's not Sunday. Don't need a sermon.
Well, what this man says, it's very dangerous.
I don't see any need for arguing like this. We ought to be able to behave like gentlemen.
I think that's a good point. We have our job to do. Let's do it.
We're going to discuss this case. Let's discuss the facts.
Very good point.
Alright, well, you gentlemen don't mind. I'm going to close the window. There seems to be a breeze,
If you don't mind, I'd like to have the window open.
but it was blowing in my direction.
Don't you want a little air? It's summer, it's hot.
I was very uncomfortable.
There are 12 of us in this room. It's the only window. If you don't mind.
I have some rights too.
Well, so do the rest of us.
Shall we get back to the case?
Yeah, let's. Supposing we go once around the table and say what we have to say?
I think that sounds fair.
I may have an idea here. I'm just thinking out loud now. But it seems to me that it's up to us to convince this gentleman that we're right and he's wrong. Maybe if we each talk for a minute or two, try it on for size.
That sounds fair.
Very fair.
Right. We'll start with you.
Oh well. I just think he's guilty. I thought it was obvious.
In what way was it obvious?
Well, nobody proved otherwise.
Nobody has to prove otherwise. The burden of proof is on the prosecution. The defense counsel doesn't have to open his mouth. That's in the Constitution. The Fifth Amendment, you've heard of it.
Everyone has.
Well, yeah, sure, I've heard of it, but what I was trying to say is, well, I just think he's guilty.
No reasons. Just guilty. There's a life at stake.
Okay, let's get to the facts. Number one, let's take the old man who lived on the second floor right beneath where the murder took place. 10 minutes after 12 on the night of the killing, said he heard loud voices in the upstairs apartment. Said it sounded like a fight. Then he heard the kid yell, "I'm going to kill you." A second after that, he heard the father's body falling. And he ran to the door of his apartment and saw the kid running down the stairs. Then he called the police and found the father with a knife in his chest.
And the coroner fixed the time of death at around midnight.
Right. Now what else do you want?
Doesn't seem to fit.
The boy's entire story is flimsy. He claimed he went to the movies. He couldn't even remember what picture he saw.
That's right. Did you hear that?
He didn't even have a ticket stub.
Who keeps a ticket stub at the movies?
That's true enough.
I suppose, but the cashier didn't remember him.
The ticket taker didn't either.
Well, look, what about the woman across the street? If her testimony don't prove it, nothing does.
That's right. She saw the killing, didn't she?
How could she be sure it was the kid when she saw it through the windows of a passing elevator train?
She's known the kid all his life. Her window is right opposite of hers across the L track. And she saw the boy took the knife into his father.
Weren't you telling us just a minute ago that you can't believe them? That you can't trust them?
So,
Let me ask you something. How come you believe her testimony? She's one of them too, isn't she?
you're a pretty smart fellow, aren't you?
No, take it easy. Come on. Sit down. Or you let him get you off the step.
Gentlemen, they did take us out to the woman's apartment, and we did look through the windows of the passing L.
Yes, we did.
And couldn't you see on the other side?
Well, I couldn't see as well as they told me I would be able to, but I did see what happened on the other side.
You see? Do you see?
Let's calm down now. It's your turn.
I'll pass it.
That's your privilege. What about you?
Well, I don't know. I started to be convinced from the testimony by the people across the hall. Didn't they say something about an argument between the boy and his father around 7 o'clock that night? I mean, I can't be wrong.
Nope. I think it was 8 o'clock, not 7.
That's right, it was 8 o'clock.
They heard the father hit the boy twice, and then they saw the boy walk angrily out the door.
That's right.
What does that prove?
Well, it doesn't exactly prove anything. It's just part of the picture. I didn't say it proved anything.
Is there anything else?
No.
I don't know. Most of it's been said already. We can talk all day about this thing, but I think we're wasting our time.
I don't.
Neither do I. Go on.
I mean, look at the kid's record. He was arrested for mugging. He stole a car. I think they said he stabbed somebody in the arm.
They did.
He was picked up for knife fighting. At 15, he was in reform school.
They sent him to reform school for stabbing someone.
This is a very fine boy.
His father has beaten him up regularly since he was 5 years old. He used his fists.
Well, so would I on a kid like that.
You're right. It's those kids. The way they are, you know? You know, I got a kid. When he was 8 years old, he ran away from a fight. Saw him, I was so ashamed. Told him right out, I'm gonna make a man out of you or I'm gonna bust you up a little piece of crime. When he was 15, he hit me in the face. It's big, you know. Rotten kid. Haven't seen him in 3 years. I hate tough kids. You work your heart out. Get on with it.
Let's get back to the point here. This boy is a product of a broken neighborhood and a filthy home. We all know that. We can't help that slums are breeding grounds for criminals. The point to take away from here is that the kids out of slum backgrounds are potential menaces to society.
You said it there. I don't want any part of them. Believe me.
I've lived in the slum all my life.
Just a minute.
I used to play in the backyard filled with garbage. Maybe it still smells on me.
Now, let's be reasonable. There's nothing personal.
There is something personal.
Come on now. He didn't mean you. Let's not be so sensitive.
So who did he mean?
Alright, let's stop bickering.
We're wasting time.
It's your turn.
Alright. I had a peculiar feeling about this trial. Somehow I felt that the defense counsel never really conducted a thorough cross-examination. Too many questions were never asked.
Well, I do agree that the boy is guilty. The defense counsel was bad.
So, this is a point.
What about facts?
So many questions were never answered.
What about the questions that were answered? For instance, let's talk about that cute little switch knife. You know the one that fine, upright kid admitted buying?
All right, let's talk about it. Let's get it in here and look at it. I'd like to see it again, Mr. Foreman.
We all know what it looks like. I don't see why I have to look at it again. What do you think?
The man has a right to see exhibits and evidence. Let him go ahead. This knife is a pretty strong piece of evidence. Wouldn't you agree?
I do.
Now, let's get the sequence of events right as relates to the knife.
The boy admits to going out of his house at 8 o'clock after being slapped by his father.
Or punched.
Or punched. The storekeeper admitted selling the knife to the boy, and he was arrested the following day.
I think everyone agrees it's an unusual knife. Pretty hard to forget something like that.
The storekeeper said it was the only one of its kind that he had in stock. Why did the boy buy it?
As a present for a friend of his, he says.
Am I right so far?
Right.
Everyone associated with the case identified this knife. Now, are you trying to tell me that someone picked it up off the street, took it to the boy's father's house, and stabbed him with it just to be amusing?
I'm saying it's possible that the boy lost a knife and someone stabbed his father with a similar knife. It's possible.
Take a look at that knife. It's a very strange knife. I've never seen one like it before in my life. Neither had the storekeeper that sold it to him. You're trying to convince us of a pretty incredible coincidence here.
I'm not trying to make anyone accept anything. I'm saying it's possible.
I'm saying it's not possible.
Okay.
What are you trying to do?
Where'd you get it?
I got it in a little junk shop around the corner from the boy's house. It cost $2.
Now listen to me.
I'm listening.
Pulled a real smart trick here, but you proved absolutely zero. Maybe there are tin knives like that, so what?
Maybe there are.
The boy lied and you know it.
And maybe he didn't lie. Maybe he did go to the movies, and the reason the cashier didn't see him was because he snuck in and he was ashamed to say so. Is there anyone here who didn't sneak in the movies when they were young once or twice?
I didn't.
Really? Not even once?
Well, we didn't even have movies.
Maybe he did lose the knife. Maybe he didn't. And he may have lied. Do you think he lied?
Now that's a stupid question. Sure he lied.
Do you?
You know what I think? The boy lied.
Do you think he lied?
I don't know.
Now wait a second. What are you, the guy's lawyer? Look, there are 11 of us in this room that think he's guilty. You're alone. If you want to be stubborn and hang this jury, he'll be tried again and found guilty sure as he's born.
Probably right.
So what are you gonna do about it? We can be here all night.
It's only one night. A man may die.
Yes,
Oh
that's
no,
true.
come on. Come on, let's get on with it.
Yeah. Let's get going here.
Obviously, you don't think the boy is guilty.
I have a doubt in my mind.
But you haven't really presented us with anything to understand your doubt. What about the old man downstairs? He heard the boy shriek it out.
And the woman across the L tracks, she saw it.
We know he bought a switch knife that night, and we don't know where he really was. At the movies? Earlier that night, the kid and his father did have a fight.
Been a violent kid all the way. Well, that doesn't prove anything. Still.
Still, you know. Look, I've got a proposition to make. I want to call for another vote. I want you 11 men to vote by secret ballot. I'll abstain. If there are still 11 votes for guilty, I won't stand alone. We'll turn in a guilty verdict to the judge right now.
That sounds good to me. Are we agreed?
I certainly am.
Let's do it.
Guilty, 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 guilty.
That's 6.
Please. 6 guilty. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Not guilty.
How do you like that?
Who was it? I think we have a right to know.
the way to talk about a man's life.
Whose life are you talking about? The life of a dead man? Or the life of a murderer?
I want to know who.
So do I.
Excuse me? This was a secret ballot.
No one looked why we did
A
it.
secret ballot. We agreed on that point. No? If the gentleman wants to remain a secret,
What do you mean? There are no secrets in a jury room. I know who it was. What's the matter with you? You come in here and you vote guilty, and then this slick preacher starts to tear your heart out about a poor little kid who just couldn't help becoming a murderer. That is the most sickening.
Hold it. I agree with you that the boy is guilty, but let's be fair.
Hold it. Be fair. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. We're trying to put a guilty man into the chair where he belongs. All of a sudden, we're listening to fairy tales.
Now just a minute.
You listen to me.
Let's keep this organized, gentlemen.
It isn't organized, but let's try to be civilized.
please, I would like to say something here. I've always thought that a man was entitled to have unpopular opinions in this country. This is the reason I came here. I wanted to have the right to disagree.
You disagree with us?
Usually I would, but in this case, I agree with you. But the point I wish to make is that in my own country,
Oh,
I'm
now
sure-
what? Are we supposed to listen to the whole history of your country?
It's always wise to bear in mind what has happened in other countries, where people cannot disagree, but we can. So please, let's stick to the subject.
Yes, let's stick to the subject. I want to ask you, what made you change your vote?
I want to know too. You haven't told us yet.
Why do you think I did change my vote?
Because I do. Now get on with it.
There's nothing for him to tell you. Because he didn't change his vote. I did.
I was gonna tell you, but you're so short and so.
Sorry.
Maybe you'd like to know why.
I'll tell you why that kid's a little.
The man wants to talk.
Thank you. This gentleman chose not to stand alone against us, and that's his right. It takes a great deal of courage to stand alone, even if you believe in something very strongly. He left the verdict up to us. He gambled for support, and I gave it to him. I want to hear more. The vote is 10-2.
That's fine. Speech is over. Let's go on.
If there was anything in the boy's favor, I'd vote not guilty.
I don't see what it is.
Neither do I. Clutching at straws.
As guilty as they get. That's the kid, I suppose.
It's that one druid that's holding out. He'll come around. He's got to, man. Fundamentally, he's a very reasonable man.
I guess so.
They haven't given us one real reason to vote for a not guilty verdict.
It's hard, you know?
It is hard. What does guilty beyond a reasonable doubt really even mean?
Not much doubt here.
Exactly. When a life is at stake, what is a reasonable doubt? You gotta have law and order. Let's everyone go around and start knifing people.
I mean, you do hear stories about innocent men that have gone to jail or death. And sometimes years later, things turn out.
And then on the other hand, some killers squeeze out on some technicality. They get loose and they'll kill again.
Look, buddy. Now that we've all kind of cooled off, I was getting a little excited a minute ago. I didn't mean to get nasty. There's nothing personal.
Okay.
Look, supposing you answer me this. If the boy didn't kill him, well then who did?
As far as I know, we're not concerned with anyone else's motives here. We're supposed to decide whether the boy on trial is guilty or not.
I suppose, but who else had a motive?
Well, his father was a long injury. Maybe it was an old grudge.
Remember, it is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. This is an important thing to remember.
Everyone's a lawyer. Supposing you explain to us what your reasonable doubts are.
This is not easy. So far, it's only a feeling I have. A feeling. Perhaps you don't understand.
No, I don't.
A feeling? What are we gonna do? Spend the night talking about our feelings? What about the facts?
You said a mouthful. Look, the old man heard the kid yell, "I'm going to kill you." A second after that, he heard the father's body falling. And then he saw the boy run down the stairs 15 seconds after that.
Where's the reasonable doubt in that?
That's right. And let's not forget about the woman across the street. She looked into the open window and saw the boy stab his father. She saw it.
Now that's not enough for you.
Not enough for me.
What is enough for you? I'd like to know.
How do you like him? It's like talking into a dead phone.
The woman saw the killing through the cars of the passing L train. She saw it through the last 2 cars, and the train had 5 cars. She remembers the most insignificant detail.
Well, what have you got to say about that?
I don't know. It doesn't sound right to me.
Well, supposing you think about it. Let's play some tic-tac-toe. Might as well pass the time.
This is not a game.
Now wait a minute.
This is a man's life.
Who do you think you are?
Calm down.
I've got a good mind to walk around this table and belt him one.
Gentlemen, please. I don't want any fights in here.
Did you see him? The nerd. The absolute nerd.
Alright, Philip, it don't mean anything.
How about sitting down?
This isn't a game. Who does he think he is?
Weren't we talking about elevated trains?
Yes, we were.
So,
How long would it take an elevated train going top speed to pass a given point?
what does that got to do with anything?
How long would it take? Just guess.
I wouldn't have the slightest idea.
Neither would I.
Well, I don't think they mentioned it.
What do you think?
I would think about 10 seconds, perhaps.
Yeah, about 10 seconds.
Alright, 10 seconds. So what?
An L train takes 10 seconds to pass a given point. That given point is the window of the room in which the killing took place. You can almost reach out of that window and touch the L, right?
That's right. I tried it.
So,
Have any of you ever lived next to the L tracks?
I have.
They make a lot of noise, don't they? I've lived right next to the L tracks. When the train is going by and the window is open, the noise is almost unbearable. You can't hear yourself think.
Okay, you can't hear yourself think. Get to the point.
The woman across the street says she saw the killing through the last two windows of the passing L car train, right?
right.
The last two cars. The last two cars.
What are you giving us here?
An L train takes approximately 10 seconds to pass a given point, or 2 seconds per car. According to the testimony of the woman, the train had been going by the old man's window for at least 6 seconds, and probably more. The old man would have had to hear the voice say, "I'm going to kill you," while the L was roaring past his nose. It's not possible he could have heard it.
What do you mean? Sure he could have heard it.
With an L train going by,
He said the boy yelled it out.
an L train makes a lot of noise.
It's enough for me.
It's enough for me too.
I don't think he could have heard it.
Maybe the old man did it here. I mean, with the L noise.
What are you people talking about? You calling the old man a liar? What's he got to gain?
Attention. Maybe.
You keep coming up with these bright sayings. Why don't you send one into a newspaper? Pay $2.
What has that got to do with the man's life? Unlike the old man of life, you have a right to be heard.
It's just that I looked at him for a very long time. The seam of his jacket, it was split under his shoulder. Did you notice that? He was a very old man with a torn jacket, and he carried 2 canes. Now, I think I know him better than anyone here. This is a quiet, frightened, and insignificant man. He's been nothing all of his life. He's never had recognition or his name in the newspapers. Nobody knows him after 75 years. This is a very sad thing. A man like this needs to be questioned and recognized, listened to and quoted just once. This is very important.
And you're trying to tell us he lied about a thing like that just so we could be important?
Well, no, he wouldn't really lie. But perhaps he'd make himself believe that he heard those words and recognized the boy's face.
That's the most fantastic story I've ever heard. How could you make up a thing like that?
I'm not making it up.
You must be making it up. People don't lie about things like that.
He made himself believe he told the truth.
What do you know about it?
I speak from experience.
What?
I'm the same man.
I think we all understand now. Thank you.
If you want to admit you're a liar, it's alright by me.
Now that is too much.
He's a liar. He just told us so.
He was not admitting that he was a liar, he was explaining.
Didn't you admit that you're a liar?
He was explaining the circumstances so that we could understand why the old man might have lied. There is a difference.
A liar's a liar. That's all there is to it.
Please, have some compassion.
Gentlemen, we have our job and our duty here. All right. Is there anything else?
I think they covered it.
I hope we have.
No, thank you.
Anybody else? I'll take one.
Come on, let's get on with it.
Thank you. Now, one more question about the old man downstairs. I think we can all agree that the old man couldn't have heard the voice say, "I'm going to kill you."
I disagree.
Let's hear him through anyway.
But, supposing the old man really did hear the voice say, "I'm going to kill you," this phrase, how many times have each of you used it? Come on, Rocky, kill him. If you do that once more, Junior, I'll kill you. We use it all the time. Doesn't really mean we're going to kill someone.
Don't the circumstances somewhat alter that?
The old man was murdered.
One thing more. The phrase was, "I'm going to kill you," and he screamed it out of the top of his lungs.
That's the the way I understand it.
Now don't try and tell me you didn't mean it. Anybody that says a thing like that, the way he said it, they mean it.
And how they mean it. Well, do you really think he would shout out a thing like that so the whole neighborhood could hear it? I don't think so. He's much too bright for that.
Right! He's a common ignorant clod. He don't even speak good English.
He doesn't even speak good.
The boy is clever enough.
I'd like to change my vote to not guilty.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, the vote is 9-3 in favor of guilty.
I think there's a doubt.
Where? What is the doubt?
There's a none.
Oh, fine.
Go on. Give us the reasons.
The old man too. Maybe he didn't lie, but maybe he just did. Maybe the old man just doesn't like the kid.
Well, if that isn't the end,
I believe there's a reasonable doubt.
what are you basing it on? Stories that this guy made up? He ought to write for a missing detective monthly. He'd make a fortune. Now we're supposed to believe that the old man didn't get out of bed, run to the door, and see the kid beat it downstairs 15 seconds after the killing?
Where was his bedroom again?
Down the hall somewhere.
Down the hall somewhere. Are we to send a man off to die because his bedroom is down the hall somewhere?
I thought you remembered everything. Don't you remember that?
No, I don't.
I don't remember either.
I'd like to see a diagram of the apartment again, Mr. Foreman.
Why don't they run the whole trial over again just so you can get everything straight?
His bedroom is down the hall somewhere. Do you know? You know exactly where it was. There's a life at stake here. Do you know? Mr. Foreman, I urge you.
Alright, what's this one for? How come you're the only one in the room who wants to see exhibits all the time?
I want to see this one too.
So do I.
Now I want to stop wasting time.
Are we going to start wading through all that evidence where the body was found?
No. We're going to find out how an old man who has had 2 strokes in the past 3 years and who walks with a pair of canes can get from his bed to the front door in 15 seconds.
He said 20 seconds.
He said 15.
How does he know how long 15 seconds is? You can't judge that kind of thing.
He said 15. He was very positive about it.
He's an old man. You saw that? Half the time he was confused. How can he be positive about anything? You know.
No, I don't know. Maybe you know.
That's right. Thank you.
Good thing. Good job.
You want this? Yes, please.
Do me a favor. Wake me up when this is over.
I looked at this diagram for 2 hours. Enough of the nut.
Some of us are interested. Go ahead.
Alright. This is a diagram of the apartment in which the killing took place. The old man's apartment is directly beneath it, and exactly the same. Here are the L tracks. This is his bedroom. This is the kitchen. There's a bathroom and the living room. He says he got up out of bed, got his canes, opened the door, walked down the hall, and opened the front door, just in time to see the boy racing down the steps.
That's the story.
That's what happened.
15 seconds after he heard the body fall.
Correct.
It's 15 feet from his bed to the bedroom door, and the length of the hall is 43 feet. So he had to get up out of bed, get his canes, walk 15 feet, open a door, walk 43 feet down the hall, open the next door, and look out, all in 15 seconds. Now, do you really think this is possible?
You know it's possible.
I don't see why not.
He would have been in a hurry. He heard a scream.
He could only walk very slowly. They had to have him into the witness chair.
You make it sound like it's a long walk. It's not.
For an old man who uses canes, it is a long walk.
Now what do you think?
I want to try this thing. I'm going to pace off 15 feet, the length of the bedroom. Let's see how long it took him.
You're crazy. You can't recreate a thing like that.
The man has a right. It's foolish, but let him go ahead.
Hand me that chair, please.
Perhaps if we could see it. This is an important point.
Alright, let this be the bedroom door. How far would you say it is from here to the door of this room?
Say it was 20 feet.
Yeah, just about.
20 feet is close enough. So from here to the door and back is 40 feet. That's shorter than the length of the hall the old man had to move through. Would you say that?
A few feet, maybe.
Look, this is absolutely insane.
We can't stop him.
Well, according to you, it'll only take 15 seconds, and we can spare that. Who's gonna watch with the second hand?
I have.
Alright, stand your foot when you want me to start.
Okay, we'll tell me from there.
Let's say he keeps his canes right at his bedside, right?
Right.
Alright. I'm ready.
I'm waiting for the hand to get to 60.
Beat it up. He walked twice as fast as that.
No, I think this is even more quickly than the old man walked into the courtroom.
No, it isn't.
If you guys should go faster, I will.
Okay, speed it up a little.
Stop. What's the time?
Right. 20, 25, 30.
39 seconds exactly.
39 seconds?
Now that's interesting. Hey, now you know.
What do you think of that?
We may have been a little bit off at the speed that the old cripple moved at, but 39 seconds. Well,
No.
And the old cripple swore on his oath that it was 15.
Far be it for me to call anyone a liar, even allowing quite a difference in speed between the old man and you. Why, still, there's quite a
discrepancy.
It's my guess that the old man heard the body fall, tried to get to the door, and heard someone racing down the stairs and then assumed it was the boy.
I think that's possible.
Assume. Now listen to me, you people. Seen all kinds of dishonesty in my day, but this little display takes the cake.
What dishonesty?
Tell him. You come in here with your heart bleeding all over the floor about slum kids and injustice. You've got some soft-hearted old ladies listening to you. Well, I'm not. I'm real sick of you. What's the matter with you people? This kid is guilty. He's got to burn. We're letting him slip through our fingers.
Our fingers. You was executioner?
Well, I'm one of them.
Perhaps you'd like to pull the switch.
For this kid, you bet I'd like to pull the switch.
What it must feel like. I want to pull the switch.
Don't start with me.
I'm sorry for you. You're a sadist. You want to see this boy die because you personally want it, not because of the facts. You are a beast. You disgust me.
Shut up. I'll kill him. Let me go. I'll kill him. Kill him.
You don't really mean you'll kill me, do you?
Is there anything wrong, gentlemen?
I heard some noise.
No, there's nothing wrong. You can take that back. We're finished with it.
What are you looking at?
I don't see why we have to behave like children here.
nor do I! We have a responsibility. This is one of the beautiful things about America. That we are, what is the word? We are notified. We are notified by mayor to come down to this place and decide on the guilt or innocence of a man. Of a man that we have never known before. This is one of the beautiful things about democracy. This is one of the reasons why we are so strong. We should not make it a personal thing.
Thank you very much.
Why do you thank me?
We forget. It's good to be reminded.
I'm glad we're going to be civilized about this.
Well, we're still nowhere.
No, we're somewhere. Getting there, maybe.
Maybe.
Who's got an idea?
I think maybe we should try another vote, Mr. Foreman.
It's alright by me. Anyone doesn't want to vote?
Let's vote.
Can we call our votes out? I want an open ballot. I don't know who stands where.
That sounds fair. Anyone object? Okay, I'll call off your jury numbers. I vote guilty. Number 2,
Not guilty.
3,
Guilty.
4,
Guilty.
5,
Not guilty.
6,
Not guilty.
7,
Guilty.
8,
Not guilty.
9,
Not guilty.
10,
Guilty.
11,
Not guilty.
12,
Guilty.
That's 6-6.
I'll tell you something. The crime is being committed right in this room.
The vote is 6-6.
So we take it into the court right now and declare a hung jury. There's no point in this going on any longer.
I'd like to know why you changed your vote, and why you changed yours. And you. 6 men in this room believe a murder is being turned loose. Emotion won't do. Why?
Well, it would seem that the old man did not see the boy run downstairs. I do not find it likely that the old man heard the boy scream, "I'm going to kill you." Old man dreamed. And even if the boy did scream that he was going to kill, then we have on the authority of this man to prove that he might not really mean he's going to kill.
Why don't we just take it into the judge and let the kid take his chances with 12 other guys?
6-6. I don't think we'll ever agree on anything.
It's got to be unanimous. We're never gonna convince him.
At first, I was alone. Now 5 others agree. There is a doubt.
You can't ever convince me that there's a doubt. So I know there isn't.
I'll tell you what, maybe we're a hung jury. It happens sometimes.
We are not going to be a hung jury.
But we are. Right now, a perfect balance. Let's take it into the judge.
If there is a reasonable doubt, I don't see it.
The doubt is there, in my mind.
Maybe we should vote.
What do you mean?
Not again.
I still want to know. Vote on what?
Are we or aren't we a hung jury?
You mean we vote yes, we are a hung jury, or no, we're not a hung jury?
That's just what I was thinking of.
We can't even agree about whether the window should be open.
Let's make it a majority vote. The majority wins.
If 7 or more of us vote yes, that we are a hung jury, then we'll take it into the judge and tell him that we are a hung jury.
Right. And if 7 or more vote no, then we aren't a hung jury, and we go on discussing.
Doesn't seem quite right to me.
It's the only solution.
I agree. It's the only way.
Are we agree then? 7 or more vote yes, and we take it into the judge?
Let's call our votes out again.
Alright. I vote yes. We're a hung jury. 2,
No.
3,
Yes.
4,
Yes.
5,
No.
6,
No.
7,
Yes.
8,
No.
9,
No.
10,
Yes.
11,
No.
12,
Yes.
6-6.
We can't even get the majority to decide whether or not we're a hung jury.
I went along with the majority vote on this. I didn't agree with voting that way, and I still don't. So I'd like to change my vote. I vote no. We're not a hung jury. There are things I'd like to figure out from those of you who've changed your minds.
And we aren't a hung jury, so we go on.
Good. We go on.
Why'd you change your mind?
Well, he seems so sure, and he has made a number of good points, but he just gets mad and insults everybody.
Does the anger and insult change the guilt of the boy? Are we gonna turn a murderer loose because one of the jurors gets angry when he believes a murderer is being turned loose?
Well, that's true.
There is a doubt.
I don't think so. The track is straight in front of the window. Let's take that point. L trains make a low rumbling noise, but they screech when they go around curves. So it is possible that the old man could have heard a scream, which is high pitched, and it is a tenement, and they have thin walls.
Good. That's it.
And what if the old man was wrong about the time it took for him to get to the door, but was right about whom he saw? Please, remember, there weren't any fingerprints on the knife. And it is summer, so gloves do seem unlikely.
Now I want you to listen to this man. He knows exactly what he's talking about.
And it might have taken a few seconds to get a handkerchief out and wipe the fingerprints away.
Reasonable.
Why don't we just time this one to see?
Just what are we timing?
Let's be exact, please.
I'm saying that the old man downstairs might have been wrong about the time it took for him to get to the door, but he might have been right about whom he saw. It may have taken at least 39 seconds to get a handkerchief out, wipe the fingerprints away, and run down a flight of stairs to the spot where the old man saw him. The boy, that is.
This is right.
We reconstructed the old man getting out of bed and going to the door, and we timed that. Now let's reconstruct the actual crime.
As well as we can reconstruct it.
Yes, let's. Alright. Well, how about you do the stabbing?
No, I'll do it.
Well, how about you be the one that gets stabbed? You're younger than I am. Don't forget you take 1 second to fall.
When you fall and roll into your right side. Now, if a man hates another man enough to kill him, wouldn't you suppose that he would look at him for a second or two?
You force yourself in this particular case. That's human nature.
Seems possible.
Hey, now wait a minute. He falls and he ends up on his right side. The father did. But stabbing someone isn't like shooting them. I mean, even when it's right in the chest. He would have lied there on the ground for a few seconds. I mean, writhing maybe.
That's quite possible. The old man would have had enough oxygen in his system to carry him for at least a second or two, I suppose.
Well, wouldn't the father have cried out?
Maybe the kid held his mouth.
That also seems reasonable.
Also, there's another point we must bring out. Wouldn't you suppose that a man who is smart enough to wipe away the fingerprints after murdering someone is also smart enough to look around the apartment, or the room that is, for some clues?
Yeah.
Alright. You turn the last one. We turn this one too?
Alright. No, wait a second. About this on the fingerprints. The kid wiped the fingerprints off of the knife. Well, what about the doorknobs? If I saw a man coming into my home, a man who hated me, and I saw him wiping the doorknobs with a handkerchief as he came in, that would give me an uneasy feeling. So, the doorknobs must have been wiped after the killing, and this too would take some time.
Stab your foot when you want me to start.
Okay.
I want to hand it at 6. I'm going to kill you. And then he would have pulled a handkerchief out. And he would have wiped away all the fingerprints. And then he would have looked around. Anything. Any clues that he could have found. Find any books. And then he could have walked to the door. Wiped off both of the fingerprints from each of the doorknobs. And boom, he would have ran. Time.
Right.
20, 25. About 29 and a half seconds.
And whoever did murder the father, and I do believe it was the boy, had to wipe off the fingerprints, look around for some clues, and run down the stairs. One flight of stairs.
You see?
The old man downstairs may have been wrong about the time to get to the door, but in view of this, I think it's right he could have seen the boy.
Well, what about the fact that he absolutely swore, under oath, that it was only 15 seconds?
Yes, and we seem to all agree that it was 25 to 40 seconds later.
You're now admitting that the old man lied in one case and told the truth in the other. I admit this does tend to confirm the story of the old man, but he is now in part a proven liar, and this is by your own admission.
That may be true that the old man lies in part, but I think I'll change my vote once more. Guilty.
What about you? What do you think now?
Well, I don't know what I think. I want to talk some more. First I thought guilty, then I changed. Now I'm sort of swinging back to guilty.
What about you?
I am now in real doubt,
I say guilty. I was right the first time.
Now we're beginning to make sense in here.
It seems to be about 9 guilty to 3 not guilty.
One more question about the old man downstairs. How many of you have lived in an apartment with us?
I don't know what you're thinking, but I know what I'm thinking.
What's that?
I do not live in a tenement, but it is similar, and there is just enough light to see down the hall to the steps, and no more. The light bulbs are so small. And the murder took place in a tenement. Remember how we stumbled down the steps?
The police officers were using big bulbs, and one even had a flashlight, remember?
An old man who is nearly blind looks down a dark hallway to the steps and recognizes a running figure.
He was 100% wrong about the time. It took twice as long as he thought.
A man who was 100% wrong about the time could not this man also be 100% wrong about whom he saw.
That's the most idiotic thing I've ever heard. You're making that up out of thin air.
Do you truly believe there is no room for reasonable doubt?
Yes, I do.
I beg your pardon, but I don't think you understand the term reasonable doubt.
What do you mean I don't understand? Who do you think you are to talk to me like that? How do you like this guy? He comes over here running for his life, and before he can even take a big breath, he's telling us how to run the show. The arrogance of him.
No one here is asking where anybody came from,
Well, I was born right here.
or where your father was born.
Maybe it wouldn't hurt us to take a few tips from people who come running here. Maybe they've learned something we don't know. We're not so perfect.
Please, I am used to this. It's alright. Thank you.
It's not.
Okay, I apologize. Is that what you want?
What I want.
Let's stop arguing. We just got something constructive to say.
Something's been bothering me a little bit. You know all this business about the stab wound and how it was made? The diamond ring of it?
Don't tell me we're gonna start that again. They went over it and over it in court.
I know they did, but I don't go along with it. If I remember correctly, the son was 5 feet 8 inches tall, and his father was 6 feet 2 inches tall. That's a difference of 6 inches. And that's a weird thing to step downward into someone that's half a foot taller than you are.
Just sit down. I'll give you a demonstration. You're not gonna believe me until you see it. Somebody else get up. Okay, now watch this. I don't want to have to do it again. Is this 6 inches?
That's more than 6 inches.
Let it be more.
What's the matter with you?
It's not funny. Now just calm down. Nobody's hurt, are they?
No, nobody's hurt.
Alright. Well, there's your angle. Down and in. That's how I stab a man taller than me. That's how it was done.
Down and in. Yes, there's no argument.
Did you ever stab a man?
Of course not.
Did you ever stab a man?
Let's not be silly.
Well, did you?
No, I didn't.
So where'd you get all your information about how it's done?
What do you mean? It's just common sense.
Have you ever seen a man stabbed?
No?
Let me ask you something. This boy was an experienced knife fighter, right? He was even sent to the reform school for knife fighting. Isn't that so?
That's right.
Well, look at this. Doesn't this seem like an awkward way to handle a knife?
What are you asking me for?
Wait a minute. What's the matter with me? Give me that knife.
Have you ever seen a knife fight?
Yes, I have.
In the movies?
In the backyard, on my stoop. The vacant lot across the street. 2 years ago. Swiss knives came with the neighborhood where I live. Funny that I didn't think of it before. I guess you try to forget those things. Anyone who's ever used a switch knife knows that you don't use it downward. You use it underhanded.
And the boy couldn't have made the kind of wound that killed his father.
I suppose it's conceivable that he could have made a stab wound, but it's not very likely. Not if the boy had any experience with switch knives. And we know that the kid had a lot of experience with switch knives.
I don't believe it.
Neither do I. You get us a lot of mumbo jumbo.
What do you think?
Well, I don't know.
What do you think?
Listen, I'll tell you something. I'm getting a little sick of this whole thing. We're getting nowhere fast. Let's pack it up and go home.
Before we decide anything more, I would like to try to pull all this together.
Well, this should be good.
He has a right. Let him go ahead.
You want me to time those two?
Let's hear it.
I'm in advertising. I'm used to the big shots pulling things together. Let's chip up a few shots to see if any of them land on the green.
I want you all to look at this logically and consistently.
We have. Guilty.
Let me ask you something. Is this boy smart or is he dumb?
What do you mean?
The boy did everything to associate himself with a switch knife. It would then take a very stupid kid to go murder a man, his father no less, with that same knife.
I'm not sure I understand.
However, if he were dumb, why would he make the kind of wound that an inexperienced man would make?
I don't know.
To murder someone takes a great emotion, great hatred. And in that moment, he would handle the knife as best he could. The trained man would handle the knife as he'd been trained, underhand. An inexperienced man would handle the knife overhand. But the kid is being very smart. Everyone knows that he is an experienced knife fighter. So, in that moment, he is smart enough to make the kind of wound that would lead us to suspect someone else. Now that is a smart man. A man smart enough to wipe fingerprints away with a handkerchief. Perhaps even smart enough to wait till an L was coming to cover the noise.
Now, wait a minute.
Well, the woman across the tracks. She saw the murder happen through the window of the passing train. So maybe somebody on the train saw it too.
It's a possibility, but no one did. That we know of.
It would take an awfully dumb man to take that chance, doing the murder as the train went by.
Exactly. A dumb man. A very stupid man. A man swept by emotion. Probably he heard nothing. He probably didn't even hear the train coming. And whoever did murder the father did it as well as he could.
So,
The boy did everything to associate himself with a switch knife murder. But the next moment, he is smart enough to make the kind of wound that would lead us to suspect someone else. At the same time, he is dumb enough to do the killing as an L train goes by. But then he becomes smart again, smart enough to wipe fingerprints away with a handkerchief. To make this boy guilty, you have to say he is dumb from 8 o'clock until about midnight. Then he is smart 1 second, then dumb the next, then smart for a few more seconds, and then dumb once again. So dumb that he does not come up with a good alibi. To make this boy guilty, you have to toss his intelligence about like a pancake.
There is doubt.
I hadn't thought of that.
And the old man downstairs. On the stand, he swore that it was 15 seconds. He insisted upon 15 seconds. But we can all agree that it must have been at least 40.
Yeah. Does the old man lie half the time and then tell the truth the other half the time?
For this boy to be guilty, he has to be dumb and smart, and dumb and smart, and so on. And for this boy to be guilty, the old man has to lie half the time and tell the truth the other half. You can reasonably doubt.
I'm sold on reasonable doubt.
I think I am too.
Wanted more talk? Now I've had it.
I want another vote.
Okay, there's another vote called for. I guess the quickest way is by show of hands. Does anyone object? Alright, all those voting not guilty, raise your hand. 9. All those voting guilty? 3. The vote is 9-3 in favor of acquittal.
I don't understand you people. How can you believe the kid's innocent? Look, you know how they lie. I don't have to tell you. They don't know what the truth is. And I'll be the first to say, they don't need any big reason to kill someone either. People are drinking, bang, someone gets killed. Nobody's blaming them. It's how they are. You know what I mean? Violent! What's going on here? Human life don't mean as much to them as it does to us. Oh, sure, there are some good things about them, but that's the exception. Most of the time, there's none that's good. Not one of them any good. Hey, what's going on here? I'm speaking my piece. Listen to me. Hey, where you going?
Alright, that's enough. If you say another word, I'm gonna split your skull. Everybody, sit down.
I'm only trying to tell you.
Now, I still believe this boy is guilty. To me, the most damning piece of evidence is the testimony of the woman across the street. She actually saw the murder being committed.
That's right. As far as I'm concerned, this is the most important testimony.
Let's talk about it then. What exactly did she say?
I believe I can recount it. She said she went to bed at about 11 o'clock that night. Her bed is next to the open window. And through that window, she can see into the apartment across the street. She tossed and turned for an hour or two. But then, at about 12:10 that night, she looked out her window. And you know what she saw? She saw the boy stab his father. Now to me, this is unshakable testimony.
It's exactly what I mean. That's the whole case right there.
While I don't deny the validity of any of the points he has made, let's say, on one side of the tracks, there is doubt. What can you say to the testimony of the woman? She saw it.
What time is it?
Can't you see the clock about your glasses?
No, not clear. It's 10 minutes to 6.
You don't suppose they'll let us go home and finish in the morning? Got a kid with the mumps.
Not a chance.
Well, what about the woman on trial? She wore glasses, didn't she?
The woman wore glasses?
Well, of course. The woman wore bifocals. I remember this very clearly. They looked quite strong.
That's right. Bifocals. She never took them off.
I didn't know that.
What do you do when you're lying in bed and you want to know what time it is?
Well, I have to find my glasses and then put them on with a big clock.
I sit in bed and I wait for my clock to chime. My father gave it to us when we married, my wife and I. It was 10 years before we had a place to put it.
You don't wear your glasses to bed?
Of course not. No man wears eyeglasses in bed.
I think it's logical to say that the woman was not wearing her glasses in bed. And according to her testimony, the killing took place and an instant later the lights went out. There's not enough time for her to put her glasses on and look out the window. And I don't think she would put them on to glance casually out the window. Now perhaps she honestly thinks that she saw the boy. I say she only saw a blur.
How do you know what she saw? I mean, maybe she's farsighted. How does he know all these things?
Is there anyone who still thinks there is not a reasonable doubt?
I'll always wonder if there is a reasonable doubt.
I think he's guilty.
Does anyone else?
I'm convinced now. There is a reasonable doubt.
Leave it alone.
11 votes not guilty. 1 guilty.
I don't care whether I'm alone or not. I have a right.
Yes, you have a right.
Well, I told you I think the kid's guilty. What else do you want?
Your arguments.
I already gave you my arguments.
We're not convinced. We're waiting to hear him again. We have time.
Listen, what's the matter with you? You're the guy. You already made all the arguments. You can't turn now. A guilty man's going to be loose in the streets. A murderer. He's got to burn. Stay with me.
Sorry, I'm not often wrong. In fact, I'm never wrong. But I guess I was this once. There is a reasonable doubt in my mind.
You're not going to intimidate me. I'm entitled to my opinion. It's gonna be a hung jury, that's it.
Well, there's nothing else we can do except hope that some night, maybe in a few months, you might get a little sleep.
You're all alone.
It takes a great deal of courage to stand alone.
We are a hung jury, and we will take these things and point them out to the various lawyers.
You're waiting.
I do.